put lemon in my liquid death tonight, man. Nice little taste. Changing the pace. That's what I like to do, man. AEW Dynamite tonight, man. Oh, listen. What is that I see in the distance? What is that, ladies and gentlemen? In the distance, I can see it. I'm driving towards it. Did we get story tonight? Oh my goodness, Dax! Guy was worried that we weren't going to figure out where the stories were tonight. Dax, oh man. Now listen, bro, I gotta give it up for him, man. I gotta give it up for Dax Starwood, man. Oh my goodness. Stories. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. What stories are we talking about, you ask? Yeah, well, listen, man. Jesse and I are gonna talk about it because who the fuck else you gonna watch? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the OTS venue on this Wednesday night. I'm gonna walk downstairs. And like last night with the Solar Monster, I need an old-fashioned stat. Jesse, I don't know what the fuck he's drinking, man. I don't really give a shit. But I'll meet you guys down there. When I get there, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you guys over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. It is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining us on your Wednesday evening, wherever you may be. Wednesday, where stories get told. Oh, my goodness, man. Let's give it up, Jesse. Let's give it up. Round of applause. Oh, man, round of applause for my boy Dax Harwood, bro. The stories that we're told tonight, man. You gotta love it.
My God, bro. You know, paid podcasters such as ourselves.
Oof.
First off, who's paying? I mean, I know you're
What
getting
did
paid.
what did he mean by that, bro?
I don't know.
Paid by who, man? Now, you better fucking believe I'm paid.
Bro, I'm too broke to be called a paid podcaster. Let's get that straight right now. I don't know where he's getting that one from. He took an L from the jump on that one. I shit on him for free. No, I'm kidding.
Can't wait for paid podcasters to complain and ask, "Where's the story, man?"
Man.
Wow, paid by who, man? Google AdSense. You better fucking believe Google's paying me. The number one fucking joint in this goddamn space. You better fucking believe it. I wonder if Dax, Jesse, is a paid professional wrestler, man. Is anybody questioning that?
No, he works for free, bro. He works for free. I don't like watching paid professional wrestlers do professional wrestling. I like the ones that work for free, bro.
Maybe Dax should get his head out of Tony Khan's asshole and maybe tone down the loyalty a little bit, man. Listen, what we do is constructive criticism. If you don't like us calling out the discrepancies of your company, then maybe you should do a better fucking job, man. It's not my fucking problem that the show sucks half the fucking time.
Hey, bro, I love Dax. You want to know why?
I love Dax too. Listen, how many times have I fucking been in his Twitter, bro? Yeah, listen, man, that DIY match from Toronto, takeover, man, one of the best matches ever.
I love Dax because I love all of my fans. Thank you for watching.
Of course. Now, if Dax wasn't so soft, I mean, he's as soft as Coors Brothers soft serve ice cream on the fucking Ocean City Boardwalk, man, in New Jersey. Holy shit.
I met Dax in London. Me and my wife were getting we were in the elevator going down to breakfast at the restaurant in the hotel and ran into Dax in the elevator. We had about a good 1 minute conversation. You know, this man talked about in that 1 minute, he talked about nothing but his family. He's a legit family guy. That's a shoot.
I love Dax. I do.
Shoot.
What's with the
Great
attitude
guy.
all of a sudden, man? I wonder, does he say this shit to Cornette? Sure, Cornette's paid, right? Who's Cornette paid by? His shit's on the product.
All of those paid podcasters, and I'm over here trying to make my monthly bills, bro. I don't get it. What the hell, man?
Jesus Christ. Don't start with us, man. We're the good guys here, believe it or not.
No. You got to tell people what they want to hear to be the good guys. It's a difference.
So you're telling me we got to be, we got to have a podcast party is what you're telling me, right?
In the same week, I've been called an AEW apologist and I've been called an AEW hater. In the same week, I've been called the opposite ends of, as opposed to me just calling it like I fucking see it. Nope. I'm an apologist or I'm a hater. One or the other.
Dax, can I ask you a question?
Oh my God. That's not me. I don't agree with that.
Oh, man. Listen, man. I have fun on Wednesday nights, man. I have a good time here. AEW Dynamite tonight. Believe it or not, all joking aside, I thought tonight was a solid show. I thought tonight was a solid effort. They forwarded a couple of things. Some things a little bit more important than others. Some things better than others. I thought tonight was a solid show, man. Jesse, what do you want to talk about first? What was the biggest takeaway for you coming out of Dynamite tonight?
I loved everything about this show,
Bullshit.
Look.
I see right through you fucking geek.
Nope. I loved it all. Let's start with Swerve. He's the world champion, man. Loved it. No. Let's start with Darby. Darby, they dug up Darby from under a fucking bus to put him in a pay-per-view. Love it.
Is that where you want to start? Darby Allin making his return?
Yeah, let's go with Darby.
Darby Allin was, oh my goodness, man. We gotta call these two guys out because they are VIPs tonight.
Love it.
First of all, shout out to Daddy Wolf at 9:18. He donated a $100 bomb before the doors even opened here. He was waiting in line in the rain. Daddy Wolf with a $100 super chat. And Billy with a Billy bomb with a $100 super chat. Daddy Wolf says, JD, Jesse, 2 of the 4 horsemen of the IWC, Solomonster and BC are the other 2. AEW is starting to feel like today's TNA. Tony Khan wants to be Bischoff so badly, but instead he's coming off as Dixie Carter with more money and a hand-me-down Vince McMahon. Shaking my head. Oh, my goodness. Listen, brother, tell us how you really feel. I don't really see any discrepancies in your comment. And Billy, he says, yo, JD and Jesse, you guys rock. I'm with my best friend Mike, chilling, relaxing, and enjoying a cold beverage. Thank you again for the message last week, JD. Finally, Dynamite was good tonight. OTS for life. Jesse, hope your kid is doing okay. Love both of you guys. Billy, thank you so much, brother.
Kid is doing fantastic. Thank you so much, Billy. What's up, Mike? How you two doing out there tonight, man?
So let's start with Darby. Darby was actually supposed to climb Mount Everest, and he broke his foot, which was a calling from the higher beings above, basically telling him, you know what, bro, I don't think climbing Mount Everest is going to be a good idea this year, so let's hold back on that plan. So it might have been a blessing in disguise there, and then not too long after that, Jesse, it might have been a few weeks down the line, this guy gets hit by a fucking bus crossing the street in Manhattan, and in the same night, he attended a Broadway play. Now, he was all bandaged up. He had bandages on his face, probably broke his nose. It wasn't anything too dire, but nobody wants to wake up and then get hit by a fucking bus in
Is that
Manhattan.
a gimmick bus?
I don't know if it was a gimmick bus. I don't know if it was a real-life situation. I don't know if he was doing a fucking stunt for a movie. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he was hit by a vehicle. So,
I just want to know if that bus had real glass, though.
I'm going to go out there and say yes, there was real glass.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good.
Yes. I think Darby is of the real glass persona for sure.
That's the difference between New York buses and Chicago buses, bro. He ain't getting up from a Chicago bus, man.
Well, they use plexiglass or they use fake glass.
I don't know, but you're not getting up from a CTA bus.
Maybe they use bulletproof glass in Chicago, right?
But I wish that they did. Might be less, a few less murders. I don't know, man.
So Darby is on tonight's show. What is he doing on tonight's show? Well, the original Anarchy in the Arena plans, which I wish they weren't original plans because I'm over the gimmick. I get Tony Khan loves his traditions. It was the Elite. It was Matt, Nick, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, Scapegoat Jack Perry, and Okada against Team AEW, which was comprised of FTR, Bryan Danielson, which still boggles my mind, why, and Eddie Kingston. So New Japan had a show this past week, and Eddie Kingston was on the show. He lost his Never Openweight Strong Championship, and he got beat up, and he suffered a legitimate injury. So he's now removed from this match, and the going gimmick tonight on the show was, who's going to be the fourth man for Team AEW? Is it going to be Jon Moxley? Is it going to be Claudio Castagnoli? Is it going to be somebody else? So we get to Dax and Okada, and Darby, at the end of the show, reveals himself to be the fourth man as he's joining in on Team AEW beating down the Elite. And that's the way the show goes off the air. Now, in one hand, Jesse, obviously it makes sense because Darby and Sting, they had the match with the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks were kind of throwing it at Darby. Ha, 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 we retired Sting. We're the tag team champions. We have the belts now that you previously owned because your partner is retired. And Darby is an AEW original. So I get that him fitting there makes sense. The problem that I have with it is two things. One, I mean, he's obviously banged up. I don't know how injured he is. I think they might be rushing him back to television. I don't know how 100% he is. And two, that layoff, in that time away, the Bucks and Okada and Jack Perry, they've been growing the Elite faction. They attacked Tony Khan. All through everything, Darby's been off television, and he's been a non-factor in the growth of this storyline. And now you're just plugging him in because Eddie Kingston is injured. It makes sense on one hand. On the other hand, it is certainly feeling rushed. And I still don't have a change of opinion on this match. I don't like this match happening. I don't trust AEW to keep it just to this one match this year. And I feel like this being the match first between Elite and Team AEW kind of feels like a blow-off match, and they're starting things backwards. Where do they go from here is my big question. Where do they go after Anarchy in the arena? But, you know, outside all those questions, Darby Allin is the fourth man, and he is going to be at Double or Nothing.
It makes total and complete sense, bro. I'm seeing the deeper story here by adding Darby Allin to the match. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, bro.
I find your sarcasm to be quite bullshit.
What sarcasm?
Listen. I see it. I'll get to David in a second. I'm gonna need you to bring the opinion that you're hired for on this show. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to dump you.
Oh man, bro, I don't understand. Look, man, the guy is clearly in a position to go be in. Let me ask you this: is that match pre-recorded or is it gonna be live?
I'm sure it'll be live.
If it was pre-recorded, I honestly I wouldn't see anything wrong with it because they can control the entire environment. You know, they can do camera tricks, editing, all that good shit. By being live, this makes sense. What do you want me to say, man? What do you want me to say? They have to have the match. It has to be somebody. Just put a body in there. It has to be someone. Has to, right? What can you do, man?
Am I the only
Darby?
Am I the only one that's not interested in this storyline? Being that we got the weeks of television coming out of Tony Khan being attacked, and they really haven't done anything to generate any real interest here. I mean, it just doesn't feel over the top. It doesn't feel full. I don't know if you guys feel that way. I'm not really finding myself in love with the story that they're telling here. It's like, I don't really give a shit about Team AEW versus the Elite. I don't give a shit, you know, if they're trying to overthrow the company. Are they really trying to overthrow the company? If they were, we'd be seeing some dastardly shit. Firing Christopher Daniels tonight isn't really what I'm looking for. Nobody gives a fuck about Christopher Daniels. They don't. I'm gonna need some sort of fucking. I'm gonna need some villain-like behavior here. That's how I'm feeling about this. Normally, like I've said, this is exactly what AEW needs. They need a storyline that's gonna captivate week-to-week television. Gonna be something that drives us to watch the show weekly and be excited to watch the show. I haven't felt that way, even with this storyline coming out of the Tony Khan attack. What are we actually sinking our teeth into?
You are sounding like a WWE shield with that, man. I don't know what to tell you. There's plenty of story there. This is oozing story.
Maybe we need to call up Dax Hardwood. Can someone get him on the fucking phone here, man? We got the Bose system in the venue.
Oh, bro.
Maybe he can fill us in on where the fucking story is.
No. He's off busy watching his paid podcasters right now.
Bischoff and Cornette. Yes. And Podcast Party. Yeah, there you go. Like that one over there ain't fucking paid. Right?
Those paid in all fairness to Dax, he never said our names.
Yeah, but if you go look up and down the thread, whose name is in the thread throughout? Me.
Hey, man. He never said.
Yeah, but you know what? Thank you for loving.
He could be talking about like a Cornette who talks.
Thank you for lumping me in the same sentence as Jim Cornette, who, by the way, owns the biggest fucking wrestling podcast in the entire community. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
He never said our name, but I will say this: he did block me for some reason. So I feel it's safe to assume.
Look at where you're sitting. Yeah. No wonder listen, man. Solomonster even got blocked of all fucking people.
I don't get that at all, man. I don't get that one at all.
And that was before he became the co-host of TNT.
Just for clarity, if Dax is listening, or if anyone that is sitting next to Dax or hears this and then sees Dax, I want you to ask him if I would have agreed and loved everything that I saw and said nothing awful about it at all, would I still be blocked? Would he be happy because he's hearing what he wants to hear? But unfortunately, he's hearing something he didn't want to hear.
Maybe we should ask him if he blocked Fightful.
And
or Podcast Party over there.
No, they say only good things.
Of course.
So don't block them. Now, if
you do realize that when you get a comped media ticket, that you're a paid podcaster, right?
paid podcast.
There you go.
You
know who's not getting comped media tickets? And this guy over here.
I'll tell you something that someone in AEW told me in London, and you're aware of it. Some people just have very sensitive egos when it comes to critiques about their in-ring work, which is fine.
When have we ever critiqued Dax's in-ring work? When?
Hold on. Which is fine. You know, he went on to say that these people spent their whole lives trying to get their craft together. And is it perfect? No. But they're working their hardest at it. And to hear someone say they don't like it, they take it personal. You know, and in a way he was defending them. But at the same time, he also said that they need to stop taking shit so personal. And if you want me to say what you want to hear, then you need to improve or change or do whatever it is that we're complaining about, or stop caring about what we think. One or the other.
Does Dax write the show?
Nope.
Who writes the show? Who makes the final decisions on the show? That's who we have a fucking problem with. Don't really know how that misinformation got out there, but whatever, man. We'll add Dax Harwood's name to the fucking list of people who's blocked. JD from NY. Should make a fucking shirt with all the casualties on it.
Yeah, I can add Dax to the list of JBL and Big Show.
Great. And Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. I don't want to be blocked by Kevin Owens. That's the only one I'm blocked by that I'm really upset about. I don't think I should be blocked for what I said. For those who don't know, Kevin Owens tweeted right after the Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville match that it was a great match or he loved it or something like that. And I replied in the comment section, I said, sorry, bro, it wasn't that good. Got blocked for that.
It's unbelievable, man. You committed social media crime 101, man.
For that. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro, it wasn't that good. Now, this is after an interaction that I already had with Kevin Owens where he blocked JD. I politely asked him to unblock JD and pled my case. Kevin Owens agreed, unblocked JD, and then weeks later, I said in a comment of his, sorry, bro, it wasn't that good, and I got blocked.
I think that shirt would really sell, man. The list. Everybody just X'd out, blocked. You know?
Yeah, we got to keep making shirts, though. So.
I know. Well, listen, man, it could be like a series, you know? It could be like an episodic series, a story, almost. Yeah. David Deering with a $100 super chat. I'll keep it nice and simple for this bomb, JD and Jesse. If any elitists out there can't take honest, constructive criticisms from people who care about what they see and want to see a good product, then just don't listen and do better. Hashtag OTS for life. OTS for life, and then hashtag Google it, geeks. And then Adam Casper with a $100 super chat. Happy Wednesday, JD and Jesse. Dynamite was good enough tonight. I definitely liked Willow putting Mercedes through the table, and I'm thinking Dax needs to quit social media if he doesn't like what anyone has to say. Listen, man, that goes for anybody. Maybe you should just stay off social media. Maybe if you put that much effort into writing good stories, then maybe you'd get further along. Why do you give a shit what we have to say? We have a job to do. You have a job to do. The world goes round and round, man. Money to be made, right?
Pretty much, man. Why do you care what a couple of podcasters have to say, especially if you wholeheartedly disagree with it? Just A, stop watching, or B, if you care that much, then change what we're complaining about. But you can't change our opinions. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, and instead of changing what I'm doing, I'm going to get mad and block you guys because you're not saying what I want to hear.
You guys are on fire tonight, man. Literally dynamite. We got Kim G with a $100 super chat. What on earth is this Chris Jericho learning tree garbage? Thankfully, I get to be right here for OTS with you and Jesse. Much love, OTS for life. Cam G, thank you so very much, brother. I don't know what the fuck the learning tree is, but You know who could use the learning tree? Dax Harwood and Tony Khan. They could use the learning tree creatively.
Man, look at that, man. Another paid podcaster, bro.
I know. It's crazy. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about the Elite storyline. I don't feel like they are doing enough right now. And the Team AEW side, Darby is obviously a fill-in. There's nothing there. He's been off TV. There's no heat there. Though he may make sense with the history he has with the Elite, it doesn't really spark my interest. It doesn't really get me going, get the excitement going. And then Bryan Danielson, we have alluded to this already. Him being there is a slap in the fucking face of story. Because legitimately, Jesse and I talked about this last week. The fact that he was convulsing at Dynasty 3 weeks ago after a Tiger Driver from Will Ospreay, why do we need to see him back on television after such a dire ending to that match? 3 weeks later, in an Anarchy in the Arena, and we did watch, or I did anyway, I watched Collision and Rampage on Saturday night while I took my House of Glory notes for next weekend. So, suck it, geeks. I saw Brian's promo at the beginning of Collision while Claudio and Brian wrestled top flight in a match that had me asking, why is this happening? I saw his explanation. He bleeds AEW. He loves AEW. He is going to do anything to defend AEW. Simple, simple, simple. That was his explanation. I get it. But him convulsing 3 weeks ago should be him off television, prepping him for a rematch against Will Ospreay when Will Ospreay wins the International Championship. And the story of that match would be, you can't beat me without that Tiger Driver. Boom. Who's going to scoff at match number 2 with that on the line, with that stipulation? Why didn't we go there? The fuck does he have to do with the Young Bucks?
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
You know? This is constructive criticism. We're not, I don't have a hateful fucking creative bone in my body towards Bryan Danielson. Legitimately one of my favorite people in this space, honestly. One of my favorite of all time. Could never hate anything he does. He's going to be great, but I'm questioning the story. I'm questioning the logic there. Is it okay if we do that? Because I would much rather see him do that, and you basically shit all over the ending to that match now 3 weeks ago with him being included here because he's just upright and walking, and there's not a fucking scratch on his body. With a smile on his face, goes to battle for AEW. The fuck has he had to do with the Elite? At the same time, they're battling the Don Callis family. Why don't you tell one story before moving on to another?
Yeah.
This is my problem. This is Jesse's problem. We have questions.
Problem. I loved everything, bro.
Sure. Your smile, your fake smile says it all. So, yes, Darby's included. Eddie Kingston's out. It might be a blessing in disguise, honestly, because Eddie, just like Bryan, didn't really make any sense either, even though he's had spats with the Young Bucks backstage here and there. The last time we saw Eddie Kingston, he was in a match with Adam Copeland and Mark Briscoe against the fucking House of Black at Dynasty. The fuck does it have to do with the Young Bucks? Before that, he lost the Continental title to Okada and then jumped right into the House of Black story. Now you want to put him back in this? There's no consistency here.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt in the sense of they have a tremendous amount of injuries at the top of the card.
They do. And Solomon and I talked about that. I mean, Jason said last night perfectly, the amount of injuries that they have right now on that roster, you could make a whole nother roster with the amount of injuries.
Yeah. You could headline a pay-per-view with their injuries alone.
Yeah.
They have a lot of top talent out. I'm not envious of them in that regard at all. But it sucks, man. Sometimes this is a business where you have to turn, chicken shit into chicken salad, man. I mean, you got to figure out something. And I guess it's not going to all make sense. It's going to look completely pieced together and bandaged up. I'm not like Darby Allin and Bryan Danielson. But what can you do? You got a show to put on,
We'll see what happens, man. My interest levels going into Double or Nothing, if I was to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably say we're at a 3 right now. Honestly, I'm not really feeling any excitement towards anything in particular on this show. Besides what I want to start off with on my end, Mercedes Moné and Willow Nightingale. They had a contract signing tonight. I thought that was very well done. And Renee oversaw the entire contract signing. We'll get into what they said a little bit later on when we get to that particular segment. But the takeaways that I had from this, clearly the characters are where they need to be. Willow's the clear babyface, and Mercedes is obviously playing the obnoxious heel. So I'm glad that they're kind of leaning into Mercedes being a heel here. She comes out, she's cocky. She comes out, she mentioned that she is a game changer. She started the revolution. She even mentioned Brooklyn in the promo tonight. She changed the game on that night, and where was Willow wanting to be where Mercedes was? So she's gloating, she's bragging, and basically putting down Willow in very heelish ways. The one big takeaway I had from this, Jesse, and I've started to pay closer attention to Willow over the last few weeks, the way she has carried herself, promo-wise, the way she speaks, her cadence, her tone, her seriousness when she gets really down to business because she plays the fun-loving Bayley-like character, right? Or the old Bayley-like character. When she gets down to business, the way she handled herself tonight and the last couple of weeks, man, I honestly think that taking the title off of her right now would be a mistake. And I don't know if they're going to go and do that, but Willow is clearly showing how much of a star she is to counter Mercedes, who hasn't wrestled a fucking match yet. She did take a big bump tonight, which I was surprised by. But she is really standing on her own here and making it a discussion, legitimately. Do we take the TBS title off of Willow Nightingale? I don't know if 3 weeks ago we were all sitting here contemplating, yeah, let's keep it on Willow. Let's put her on Mercedes. Now, going into the pay-per-view, I have a completely different direction here. I don't know if taking that title off of her is the right move here.
When Willow first made her way over here, I am on record on this show saying how much potential she had, how good she was. When she improved, I'm on record sitting here saying, I'm digging this Willow chick. She does feel like version 1 of Bayley. I literally called her Bayley version 1.0.
You did. Yeah, and you know what? I wasn't sold on her. I wasn't. Yeah. It took me a while to get actually sold on her.
And when I said that, I was ridiculed. I was called crazy. I was called all kinds of shit. And now, not by you. I mean, I understand you were still, you wanted to see more. I understand not seeing it and like, oh, I want to see more. But seeing it and saying, oh, no, she sucks. You didn't say she sucks. You just wanted to see more. I had people at me tell, oh, she sucks. Dude, you're fucking crazy. I was like, okay. Now here we are, and everybody's on the Willow hype train, and no one has shit to say about it. Now. No. So I'm just like, okay. I'm on record saying how great Willow was. It's just as much as I've been saying how the Renegade Twin should be full time and up here and with Thunder Rosa. I've been saying it. I've always liked Willow. She's fantastic at what she does. Her cadence is getting better. Her microphone skills are getting better. She's extremely likable. She's a quintessential babyface.
Yeah,
she really is. And I've enjoyed her work for the longest of times now. And I'm glad that everybody else is seeing that because she deserves that. She deserves that time in the sun, man. She's doing fantastic things right now.
David M. with another $100 super chat. Their injuries are self-inflicted because every match is a spot fest. I have no sympathy for 90% of the wrestlers injured in AEW. David, listen, brother, I appreciate your $100 super chat. Most of them are self-inflicted. I mean, you look at Adam Cole. I mean, it should have never even happened, honestly.
They're self-inflicted while they were trying to entertain us. But yeah, all right. But
MJF's injuries were something that happened over a 365-day stretch. I mean, the guy fucking broke his body. It's the shoulder, not the hip. I believe the hip is okay. The shoulder is what really kind of kept him off television. But that was just through wear and tear, But the other injuries that have mounted up, Listen, man, it's a physical sport. AEW is more physical than WWE is. They're more lenient in AEW than they are in WWE. There will be more injuries. But AEW can certainly do something to curb those injuries from happening so often. Like not dropping everybody on their fucking head or having 12 apron spots per show, you know? But who am I? I'm not a producer. I'm not an agent.
When this company started, I suggested that they have somewhat of a pseudo off season for some of the talent. I mean, especially the top end of the card. Meaning, if you're gonna push Danielson, if you're gonna push Kenny, you're gonna push Cole, great. But is there really a need for us to have other top end stars also going full steam ahead at pay-per-views, doing these Darby Allin spots and shit like that? They could predominantly be off TV or in much less of important angles. Now, in their defense, when they do that, we complain that those talents are being misused. But it's probably a smart idea to only utilize your top talent in rotations. Like the first half of the year, use these 6 or 7 guys, and then the other guys, give them a hiatus, bro. You really do have enough top end talent to have an off season for some of your guys. That way, they won't all be hurt at once. And if you do get an injury, you do have someone sitting at home on hiatus say, hey, we need you in quicker than normal, bro. We got an injury. Come on in.
Yeah.
But now all of your top guys are all broken down. They're all beat up or they're completely out, and you're scrambling to make things make sense. You got to split it up somehow. I mean, an off season for a roster like this might not be a bad idea.
I've been saying that for months now. Nobody wants to listen to me, but that's a different topic for a different day. Getting back to Mercedes, I have thought about this. I think I may actually, if I had the pen here, keep the title on Willow, and whoever attacked Mercedes in the dark, where she was labeled by the IWC Mercedes Monet, I feel like whoever attacked her needs to reveal themselves, and that happens at the pay-per-view. I don't think Mercedes needs the title. I don't think she would benefit from it more than Willow would. Good creative goes a long way. If you can book Willow creatively at the top of that division with that championship, she will benefit from it more than Mercedes will. Mercedes doesn't need the TBS championship. She's a bigger star than everybody in that division combined without a fucking title. Just give her a story and a feud that she can sink her teeth into. That's why she's here. Put her in the ring to let her wrestle. That's why she's here. Where the best wrestle. You have one of the best in the fucking field on your roster for the ladies. Let her wrestle. I don't think taking the title off of Willow is the right move right now, but we will see what happens. I hope that they make a good decision there. I don't really trust Tony Khan to make good decisions nowadays. We see Swerve with the World Championship. Will Ospreay's certainly going to win that championship from Roderick Strong, the International Championship. Mercedes completes the trifecta. It just goes with the image that they created, Jesse. The dynasty. That's their dynasty right there. They want everybody to visibly see the direction that the company's going in, and all three of them being champions is something I could see happening coming out of Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I can see that.
But we're going to get into this rest of Dynamite here, guys. We got a couple of things to go over. Hook is back. Adam Copeland. This barbed wire steel cage match that was announced on Collision Saturday night. Great angle that played out with the House of Black tonight. And Swerve Strickland once again on the receiving end of a beatdown from the bastard heel, Christian Cage. How many weeks in a row is your world champion going to be on the receiving end of a complete beatdown? I get it. But we'll talk about it. Thank you guys very much for joining us here on Wednesday night. It's the AEW Dynamite Post 2100 live tonight. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Super chats are open. David M., Big Daddy Wolf, Cam G., Adam Casper, David Thiering, Billy Sizane. Thank you so very much, guys, for all of the super chat love. Join in on the super chat party tonight in the venue. So they are open. Any questions, comments, and concerns, Jesse and I will talk about them at the end of the show. Go check out last night's great episode 48 of Tuesday Night Titans, where Tuesdays are finally Titan. with Jason Solomon, a.k.a. the Solomon Monster, and JD finally coming together to give you guys the best duo show in the entire community. Every week I ask Jesse, what'd you think? He gets back to me with the same thing. Loved it. Jason's a perfect fit for the show. And then Jesse talks about what we talked about on his own show. Isn't that right?
Lightly, yeah. So as soon as TNT goes off the air, if there's a couple of hot topics, if there's something I want to add 2 cents in, as I'm doing my Raw review, I will jot down a couple of notes and just add my 2 cents to the discussion of TNT after the fact. Should call it the after party. I think I will rebrand it the after party.
There you go.
And then we get into the Raw review. But yeah, join me every Tuesday right after TNT on my channel. Hey,
by the way, I am not Marty Jannetty, okay?
Oh yeah, you are definitely Jannetty. That's a perfect picture, man. That was perfect. That was perfect. Hey, click on the chat. Click on the money symbol.
Yeah.
And that should allow you to gift subs. Does it show up for you?
No. All I see is super sticker and super chat.
Okay. All right. It must be for the smaller channels. Yeah, they let us gift subs through that link right there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I don't have that. I don't know who to talk to. Apparently, I'm a branded account on YouTube. That has a lot to do with it. I am just befuddled at the lack of support.
Maybe a check mark, man. Maybe a check mark.
I have no idea. We'll attack that at some other time. But thank you guys for the support. Please hit that thumbs up as well. Let's try for 1,000 likes right here on OTS. We got 517. No less than 1,000 is the goal. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And please hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go follow Jesse on YouTube as well. I left his YouTube channel in the description. Just click his name. It'll take you right to his channel. And then follow us on social media at JD from NY206 on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. I've been uploading a little bit more on Instagram and TikTok. Some of you guys actually have just found me this week via TikTok, so thank you guys for that. And please make sure you guys go check out all the other content, the rest of the content on the channel. There's plenty of it for you guys to catch up on.
No, Black Wolf Inc. What I was talking about is not just for you guys. The creator of the channel, or at least on my channel and a lot of the other channels, when we click on that box that you guys see, we are allowed to gift memberships. That's what I'm talking about. So that button is for you guys, but it's something different for the owner of the channel.
Dynamite started off with no theme song, no highlight package, no original Dynamite entrance, no elite entrance, nothing. They go right into Jeff Cobb and Kyle Fletcher getting a jobber entrance. They're already in the ring. And Jon Moxley is coming out. Wild Thing is playing. And he walks to ringside. And both Jeff Cobb and Kyle Fletcher, formerly of the United Empire in New Japan, over on AEW Dynamite tonight, wrestling the Blackpool Combat Club, they attack Moxley before the bell. Bryan Danielson's music played. He runs out. He makes the save. He went right after Fletcher and then went right after Cobb. Bryan's music continued to play during the beatdown, and the only reason that I could possibly come up with here is they want to get it in your mind that Bryan is a part of the Anarchy in the Arena, and one of the most memorable moments in AEW history was when they did Anarchy in the Arena one year, and Chris Jericho's Judas played. Oh, no, was it Judas or the Wild Thing? I think Wild Thing played 3 different times on the PA system.
It kept playing.
It kept playing over and over again, and then it got a little repetitive. But those first 3 times, that was fucking great, man. It was sheer chaos, and I loved it. It was great. So they tried to give you the feeling of anarchy here with Bryan's music continuing to play during the beatdown. So we got Jeff Cobb and Kyle Fletcher in control here, and we go to a first commercial break, and we pick it up after the commercial break. Moxley was finally able to create some space here. Bounce back, German suplex on the big man, Jeff Cobb. Always was impressed with Jeff Cobb. Allowing Danielson to run wild off a hot tag. We got a sequence between Cobb and Danielson. Yes kicks from Danielson. Low-bridged Cobb to the outside. Danielson ended up wiping out Fletcher with a dive, but rolled into a Jeff Cobb swinging back slam, which looked great. Cobb missed the standing moonsault, but dodged a Busaiku knee, right into a spinning back suplex. Moxley and Fletcher tagged in. They traded big shots before Fletcher was turned inside out with a Moxley King Kong lariat. Cobb was caught with a cutter from Moxley, but it was enough time for Fletcher to hit a Michinoku driver on Moxley for a 2 count. So then we get big strikes from Cobb and Fletcher in the corner, back and forth. And they also hit, I believe it was Fletcher, who hit a spinning tombstone pile driver on John Moxley for a near fall. Then they tried for a Doomsday device off the top. That was cut off by Danielson, who ended up hitting a Busaiku knee on Cobb. Fletcher was planted with a Death Rider by John Moxley for the 1-2-3. At the end of the match, Konosuke Takeshita, who's been visibly absent from television, I don't know why. Seems like he's just fodder for jobbers lately. Konosuke Takeshita appeared after the match ended and hit a German suplex out of the corner when Moxley was celebrating on the second turnbuckle as he and Danielson were beat down by the Don Callis family. Claudio ran out with what looked to be a steel pipe, and I thought he ran out with a golf club, to be honest with you, but it was a steel pipe, and he tried to make the save with a weapon in hand. Takeshita once again signaled for the IWGP Championship. I would not be surprised if Tony Khan adds John Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita for the IWGP Championship at Double or Nothing. In fact, I hope he does, because any match with Takeshita, sign me up for it, honestly. I would not be surprised if we get these 6 guys in a 6-man tag team match next week either.
I would not be surprised at any match we randomly get.
No.
From AEW, man.
But you know what? Brian's in Anarchy in the Arena, and he's battling the Don Callis family, which, again, goes back to what we talked about in the beginning. I question why Brian is a part of the Anarchy in the Arena. Is there nobody else? You got a whole fucking roster.
What about Sammy? Sammy's had one of the most memorable spots in Anarchy history.
Sammy is currently on vacation, still suspended.
He's not still fucking suspended.
He's still suspended from the Jeff Hardy incident.
How long is his suspension for?
The length of Mercedes Moné's contract.
There we go. That's what it sounds like, bro.
Yes. I thought this was a very good match. This was fun. It was fast-paced, action-packed. I think all 4 guys are great. Kyle Fletcher's a great wrestler. He should not be getting world championship title opportunities. Jeff Cobb is fucking great. I've called a couple of matches of Jeff Cobb in House of Glory. He's fucking fantastic. And then obviously Moxley and Brian, that goes without saying. I'm looking forward to Moxley and Konosuke, but there's no story. There is no.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Story.
Don't say that. What the?
Why are they feuding? What is the story?
Oh my God.
Please tell me.
We're blocked by the whole fucking roster.
You got great wrestling here. Unbelievable wrestling. What's the fucking story? Why are the Blackpool Combat Club feuding with the Don Callis family? Why? Does anybody know?
We're buried. We're done. We're screwed.
Why is Brian in 2 feuds at the same time that basically is going to require him for this feud more than the Elite feud?
Because most of the roster is hurt, bro.
What is the story? Jim Myers says no story. Jim Myers in the chat is correct.
Bro.
I'll get some fucking geek on social media. Oh, JD and the Chi-Town Smoke. They went on YouTube and they complained that there's no story. They didn't watch Collision.
You gotta.
In fact, yes, I did. I did watch Collision while I took notes for House of Glory on May 24th. Join us on Trilla TV. Me and the Solomons are on commentary.
Oh my God. You gotta get us buried, bro.
Everybody in the chat says no story. Tony, I'd love to hear from you, man. Where's the story, bro? Listen, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. I'm all open, man. Open for business. Where's the story?
What are they doing with Joe for the pay-per-view?
Nothing.
It looks like they're trying to throw some babyface shine on him tonight, right?
I mean, did you see the reaction he got?
Yeah, man. It's fucking Joe, bro. Joe, like I've always said, Joe is a tweener for life. He can play heel one match and babyface the very next feud, bro. So somehow shoehorning Joe into this match made more sense than digging up Darby from under a bus.
I agree. Still doesn't answer the question of where's the story here, but we'll attack that next week, man. We'll ask the same question again next week when all 6 of these guys are in a 6-man tag team match. Swerve Strickland. We got a video package about Swerve Strickland's media tour as AEW World Champion, followed by highlights of last week's angle with Christian Cage and the Mogul Embassy turning heel on Swerve Strickland. I got a question. Why? What? First of all, yes, we'll get to the Mogul Embassy in a second. Why was this not one of the first things that we saw coming out of Dynasty, the media tour? Huh?
Nope, not my big question.
Let me guess. Your question is, where is Prince Nana?
2 weeks in a row, bro.
Maybe he's got contract. Maybe he's got contract problems.
This is unacceptable. Why is Nana not there? Look, if there's reasons, there's reasons. But you just can't pretend Nana doesn't exist. That part is unacceptable. Nana is a very crucial part of Swerve's gimmick. So if he's not there, surely you have a reason to give us why he's not there.
Bro, listen, he swerved when he drove.
Bro.
Or drove. Nana? He swerved when he drove.
Where is Nana? I need to know. I don't know.
We will hopefully see him at the pay-per-view, but the Mogul Embassy turning on Mr. Swerve Strickland. I love that AEW tried to give us an explanation via Brian Cage and a very inaudible Toa Leona, who was attacking geeks online for calling him a Make-A-Wish Bloodline member. Thanks, guys. That's a really ingenious comeback there. I really appreciate that one from the IWC. Great. I don't really believe the explanation. I mean, if that was the case, this would have happened way before last week. Where were you guys all these other weeks when you were left out in the dust? Jesse, they were left out in the dust for like months. Yeah. Now all of a sudden they like have a come-to moment. Oh man, you know, we're not out there with the champion, man. I think tonight's a good night to turn on him. What happened to 3 months ago?
The Mogul Embassy is in shambles. It's blowing up on live TV, and Nana is nowhere to be found. No explanation. There is no one dancing when Swerve comes out. No explanation. Just let it go.
Mogul Embassy turned heel on Swerve Strickland. How can you turn heel when you already depicted as a heel group? You weren't even visible on television with the world champion, who's a babyface.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us that story, man. The explanation, all the geeks online, well, look, all these grifter podcasters, JD, there's your explanation. There's your story. It's not a good one.
No.
You know who could have wrote that explanation for Brian Cage? A fucking kindergarten student could have wrote that explanation. Do better. How about some thought? Maybe? And yes, we do need Prince Nana. Swerve is
at the very bare minimum. We need an explanation why his.
Well, he's selling his injury. He's selling his injuries. Yes, it wasn't mentioned. Yes, I understand. We need some verbal explanation. Yes.
Tell us where Nana is. They have no problem telling us that Tony Khan won't be there because he's not cleared to travel because he has his neck injuries. Okay, you've explained it. Thank you. Where's Nana?
So let me ask you this question. I'll put you on the spot. Is Swerve less cool without Nana?
Swerve is not less cool, but it's a plot hole that it's making me sit here and wonder where is Nana the whole time I'm looking at the Swerve and the Embassy just implode. Wow, what does Nana think about this? Where is Nana? As opposed to, oh, well, they said Nana is still hurt. So I guess when Nana gets better, this is going to be, it's going to change or something. But I don't even remember how Nana got hurt. No one is, how did Nana get ridden off TV?
I don't know. I think he received a headbutt from one of them.
You don't know either, huh?
I don't remember. It was such an unimportant detail.
Exactly. So where is not? If Nana came out tonight, I don't think anybody would have been saying, "Oh, I thought he was out injured. What's going on?" No.
Never mind, Nana. We got David M with a $100 super chat. Why don't AEW wrestlers use bookmarks? Because their storylines never make it to the next chapter. Oh, man, I love that one. Comment of the night by David M. Your round is on me, brother. Thank you so very much.
David M is going to get blocked by Dax Hartwood, bro.
Yeah, don't let Dax find you, David M.
Man.
He's on a blocking spree. He even blocked some fucking people with like 10 followers. That's how soft he was.
Just
might have been a bad week. Might have been a bad week. I don't know.
Look, don't listen to me. I have no problem blocking people. I have this new protocol on my Twitter page, and I even pinned it saying I would love to discuss pro wrestling with you, but the moment you're disrespectful or rude, then I'm gonna block you. I don't deem anything that we said to be disrespectful or rude. So
no, me neither. Adam Copeland made his ring entrance. I don't know what he was coming out for. Maybe he was about to cut another rah-rah speech for AEW.
Uh-oh.
He made his entrance and immediately was attacked on the stage by the House of Black. He's thrown into the ring. He's crawling down the aisleway. He's thrown into the ring. Buddy Matthews hits a curb stomp. I wonder where he got that one from. Brody King threw some chairs in from the underneath the ring. Malachi came to the ring with the TNT title and a microphone in his hand as Brody and Buddy held up Copeland. Black said he doesn't understand Copeland's facade of who he thinks he is. Black ordered Matthews to take Adam Copeland's wedding ring off as King choked out Copeland in the process. Black then placed the ring in his pocket and was about to deliver a double-corner chair shot with Matthews before all of a sudden, hero of the night here, Kyle O'Reilly sprinted out to make the save briefly, man. Everybody couldn't wait to see Kyle O'Reilly. He was wiped out by Brody King. Black leveled O'Reilly with a black mass and then hit the trifecta double dropkick cannonball combo with Matthews and Brody. And we never really got an answer at this point in the show. We did eventually get it later in the show to Adam Copeland's challenge. Malachi did not answer yes or no. I thought this was a great segment. It was very simple. It was very effective. Had me asking, well, what's the significance of the wedding ring? Took the wedding ring off. He got beat up. He got just brutalized there. And that's the way the House of Black should be depicted on television. More of that, please. I don't know why we haven't seen this type of House of Black more on Dynamite. We love them. We want to see more of them. They're great. Now, the Kyle O'Reilly thing, I don't know who in AEW thinks this is working. I don't know who in AEW thinks this is a good idea. I mean, out of everything that I say here tonight, I want you to listen to this. I'm going to say it again for you guys. Do you remember singles wrestler Kyle O'Reilly in NXT? I do, and nobody wants to remember that. That's the vibe he's giving off now. This is basically WWE forcing a singles run for Kyle O'Reilly. Now AEW is forcing this weird, bizarre partnership level of respect with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Copeland. Why is he meddling in this business when his business should be with the Undisputed Era Kingdom? Why?
I have no idea. Maybe it's all a big ruse.
I don't know.
I mean, it seems like a really elaborate, far-fetched ruse, but
you would think.
Yeah, sometimes the simple answer is the best one. Just put him with his guys, man.
And you didn't do anything to fucking make him look good. He went out there, he got fucking kicked in the face by Malachi. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Are we getting Beth?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why the wedding ring thing and
who would she be feuding with though?
Julia, if she was alive, but I have no idea.
Julia's hurt.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I thought this was a good segment. So they had us asking a question, well, what's the significance of the wedding ring? Malachi actually had a promo backstage, and he gave you the explanation for the wedding ring. We'll get there when we get there.
All right.
Eddie Kingston. Commentary recapped Eddie Kingston's potential leg injury at New Japan's Resurgence this past weekend in a match he had with Gabe King. Who? I don't know. I don't watch New Japan, nor do I care. We'll see the Young Bucks and Jack Perry attacking Kingston after the match as payback for Kingston joining Team AEW last week ahead of Anarchy in the Arena. So then we go backstage to the Elite on Dynamite, and they said Kingston must have been bit by the injury bug. And Jack Perry said, well, now it looks like Anarchy is 4-on-3. The graphic shows Kingston removed from the match. Jack Perry then says, there's time for you guys to forfeit before the match. Okada, with the promo of the night, by the way, he stands there and blows a kiss to Dax ahead of their match and called Dax tonight a bitch.
Oh.
He called him a bitch. He said, basically, Dax, you're going to be my bitch tonight. Gotta love fucking heel Okada, man. No bullshit from that guy. Straight to the point all the time.
Bro, I need you to give David M a link to my channel, man. At Chi-Town Smack.
David M with another $100 super chat. He says, instead of blocking people, Dax Harwood should learn to juggle to handle all the drop balls in his storylines.
That was a good one.
That's another good one.
That's a good one.
David M is 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So, yes, Okada called Dax a bitch, and the announcement that Eddie Kingston was properly removed from Anarchy in the Arena. So now it's 4-on-3. Who is the mystery man tonight? We'll find out later.
And that was not promo of the night. We'll get to promo of the night in a little bit. It's been happening every week for the last couple of weeks, man.
The Young Bucks, they're out there next. And tag team match against Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. Why is this match happening, you ask? Well, if you watched Collision, the Young Bucks saw Christopher Daniels walking in the backstage area, and Christopher Daniels got in their face, basically berating them for their attitudes and their power-hungry ways lately. So he is the head of talent relations, and Christopher Daniels holds a nice stroke of power backstage, and he got into the EVP's face, and they didn't appreciate that. So they challenged Christopher Daniels to find a partner of his choosing to wrestle the Young Bucks tonight on Dynamite, and he chose Matt Sydal. How many people in the chat actually give a shit about Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal wrestling the Young Bucks on Dynamite? Show of hands, please.
But wait, you watched Collision.
Yes.
So you saw the story behind this.
Yes.
So clearly you have a huge vested interest in this match, right?
No.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering.
Not at all.
Okay.
This isn't even a bookmark in the story of the Elite. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Christopher Daniels is not an on-air character. He's not portrayed as an on-air. He's not an authority on television. So who gives a shit? You want me to give a shit about Christopher Daniels because our smart fans know that's Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel. He's the head of talent relations. Who gives a shit?
Now look, Christopher Daniels would be a fantastic on-air authority role.
He would
be. He would be. But that's not how you're utilizing him. I know that he's head of talent relations. You know, some of you in the chat know, but the people watching on TV do not know.
No.
They do not know. And instead of just telling one, well, he's the head of talent relations. How about we use it? How about we make him like an Adam Pearce? I mean, especially since Tony Khan is out. Hey, Tony Khan is out, and he has appointed his next in command, Christopher Daniels, to handle his business. So now we got a rift between the Bucks and Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels can take bumps. So now we have an authority figure who can go out there and take some bumps into the story of them trying to take over the company.
Jesse, I'm gonna have to actually slow down, bro. You're making too much sense here.
I'm so sorry.
You're making too much sense here, man. You know, this is the way of life for a typical AEW cultist They don't give a shit that they're spoon-fed things in a rush, hurried manner where nothing makes sense. If Christopher Daniels was portrayed over years of television as a backstage authority figure leading up to this point, I would actually give a shit a little bit more about Christopher Daniels wrestling this match and then ultimately being fired at the end of the match. Being that it happened literally 4 days ago on Collision, you're not going to get an inch of excitement out of this guy right here because it doesn't matter. And that's the problem with AEW television. They cater to one specific audience who knows this type of shit. Other people are asking, who the fuck is he? Why is he on television? Why should I care? What's the fucking story? They don't want to know about those people. They expect everyone to know, and that's their problem. So Dax could take that and shove it up his pee hole.
I didn't say that, Dax. But you already blocked me. What the fuck?
I'm already benched. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
That's the problem we have. Tony. Not talking about Shivani either, who got Ric Flair's beverage dropped all over him tonight by Jack Perry.
What the fuck, dude? No, there's no woo energy.
Woo! Energy drink all over Tony Schiavone, man. You gotta love it.
Man.
Who won this match? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't the Fallen Angel.
What?
Seidel leapt, made a hot tag to Daniels, who was being beaten up. Makes the tag to Daniels. He ran wild. DVD connected. The Bucks crashed into each other. DDT, STO combo. Daniels ultimately ate a super kick. Jey Uso's favorite move. As Seidel was launched over the barricade by Matthew Jackson. Daniels then cut off Nicholas in the corner, who wanted a Hurricanrana, but Matthew held his brother's leg on the apron, and Daniels crashed mid-Hurricanrana face first. So we got a very ugly-looking Tony Khan driver delivered to Christopher Daniels, and the Bucks won 1, 2, 3. They need a new finish stat. That looks awful. Listen, man, maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention, but that Tony Khan driver, the Dave Meltzer driver, whatever the fuck they used to call it, that shit is fucking god-awful. Yeah. I mean, Nicholas jumps off the top. What does Nicholas actually do in the move? He offers zero impact to the move. He flips, and he damages himself more than the opponent gets damaged.
Look, man, we know what it's supposed to look like.
Yes.
We know the kayfabe version of it, and the safety. The pile driver is already probably the most dangerous move in pro wrestling by itself. So putting any extra impact on it is never a good thing. So when they miss it completely, you will never hear me bitch about it, because I don't want to see someone's head protrude through those knees and fucking get paralyzed.
No. It was awful looking, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Post-match, the Bucks took the microphone on stage and talked about Daniels putting his hands on Matthew on Collision. They're trying to rid the locker room of toxicity, and Daniels is trying to ruin it. Tonight, they're the bearer of bad news, and they fired Christopher Daniels. They told him not to worry, though. They'll take care of his family by paying him for the next 30 days before providing a security escort out of the arena. And then they thanked him for 5 years of service. So Jack Perry raised his energy drink in salute to the Young Bucks and then poured it all over Tony Schiavone, who then called Jack Perry a son of a bitch.
What a dick. That's the most heelish thing I've seen all night, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was old, man.
Renee Paquette's backstage with Timeless Tony Storm, Luther, and Mariah May, as she told them that Luther, May, and Saraya are all barred from ringside tonight for Tony Storm's match with Harley Cameron. Storm says if they want to hurt Mariah May, they'll have to answer to the bosom that she clings to, which is Tony's. Storm said after what Serena Deeb did to her last week, she'll end up like everyone in Vegas, flat on their back with an ass in their face. Chins, tits, shoe.
I gotta go to Vegas.
Tony Storm is hilarious.
Go to Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is a good time. But I don't know if you want to be flat on your back, though, unconscious.
Okay.
With what? Who? What?
With nothing, man.
Watch your mouth.
That ain't nothing.
That's not very timeless.
That's not very timeless.
No. Malachi's backstage. He's staring at Adam Copeland's wedding ring, admiring it, saying this was everything that has held Copeland back. Wow, being married to Beth is that much of a downer, huh? Jesus Christ. Black said...
She'll kick your ass, man.
Well, she would. Black said the barbed wire cage means there's still that part of Copeland that still exists. And then Malachi said something very interesting. Said, the House of Black accepts, but when he wins, Copeland must bend a knee to the House of Black. So it got me thinking, Jesse, it would be quite the situation with Edge, Adam Copeland, creating the Judgment Day and being kicked out, only then to be accepted into the House of Black. Imagine that, man.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. This is what I do when you guys are watching the show.
You know, Malachi is notorious for carrying over his injury from WWE right into AEW, man. That was classic, too.
Yeah.
Continuity.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
See, these are the types of guys we need to see on television, man. Guys that just dive right into story. Shh, don't say that word around Dax. Please. We might get in trouble.
Okay? Can't get more blocked.
I don't know. Maybe. Can he double block me?
Nope.
Hook. He defeated a jobber named Sebastian Wolf.
Woo.
The jobber got a nice reaction from the crowd. I don't know what's with the AEW jobbers, man. They get a better reaction than some of the active people that are on the roster weekly.
They must be grabbing local heroes, man.
I don't know. So this guy lost, obviously. This guy was jobbed out. Sebastian Wolf, T-bone suplex. Hook hit the crossface, sank in the red rum. Goodbye. Hook took the microphone from Justin Roberts after the match. Said he's here for the FTW Championship. For the world title, by the way. And Chris Jericho, and called him out. Jericho came out with Big Bill, waving. And he's admiring the fans. And he's a delusional heel here who thinks he's admired by everybody. So Jericho says it's great to have Hook back, but hopefully he learned a lesson after hitting himself in the face with a baseball bat. Jericho says he's so happy to be here, even if he has to share it with Hook. Hook said the spotlight should be on Jericho as he wants his FTW title back tonight. He wanted the title match right there. Jericho says this isn't a fighting moment, it's a teaching moment. As the world doesn't revolve around Hook, he should think of others and be less selfish like Jericho. Wow. Maybe Jericho's speaking some truth there, bro. Has Jericho been less selfish? I think so, right?
How must he feel about hearing those chants, man?
What were they chanting?
Please retire.
Ah. Well, you know, there are some people, the cultists out there, that believe Jericho is getting this over slowly but surely. Jericho looks like he's having a great time, but is it over? I mean, that's a stretch, man. That's really a stretch.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Jericho's trying to tell story. It's just story we don't give a shit about.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it getting over. I will say it's a little more interesting than I thought it was gonna be, but the crowd reactions tonight to him were not flattering though.
Here's you want a positive spin on it. Is what Jericho, the character work that he's doing, is it great? Jericho's always great at what he does. Jericho's just a master of what he does. He knows how to play the audience. But is it working? No, it's not working. It's a double whammy. The fans don't give a shit. This is your loyal AEW fan base who's telling the first ever world champion to please retire. I don't look at that in any way but bad. That's go away. That's go away heat. You don't tell the first AEW world champion ever who basically took this company on his back and made it what it was to retire. Number one. Number two, the story sucks.
Yeah.
We got a title here that's not even recognized as a fucking legit championship of the company. You want me to fucking care?
That is a really bad sign. I've said a while back when he came out of one of his big storylines that I felt at the time that it would have been a great time for a little hiatus. Go take some time off, heal, Jericho's been in this business for a long fucking time, man. He's a seasoned veteran as best as they get. I'm sure his body can use the break, spend some time traveling with Fozzy, make an album if that was available. And the absence will make a heart grow fonder. Jericho will come back hotter than ever, but he never left. He stayed on consistently all the way through. And yeah, bro, it's definitely burnout season for Chris Jericho right now.
Yeah, I'm not really involved with this. I don't care. So Jericho, after the please retire chance, he addressed it, saying if he does, he'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Every Hall of Fame possible. Jericho said that when one loses a title, you must build your way up again, and brings up a qualification match on Collision this week. And maybe if Hook wins, he can get a shot at some point at the title. Hook said that sounds great. And then in a very weird manner, he took the microphone that he was holding and basically smashed it over Jericho's head. But it wasn't in a way that you would expect with somebody being angry at somebody else. It was like two brothers almost playing with each other, and they bonked. One bonked each other over there with a fucking microphone, and then, it almost came off like he was playing with him. It wasn't physical at all. It was just a weak shot with the microphone. And apparently Hook's going to get a qualifying match, whoever it is. We don't really know yet. If he wins, he gets a match, I believe, at Chris Jericho at Double or Nothing for the FTW title. So Bill attacked. Katsuyori Shibata sprinted out to make the save. Bill and Jericho bailed. Jericho was shown bleeding from his head from the very weak microphone shot from Hook, and that's the way the segment ended.
He kind of rubbed his head with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Luke Morneau says, JD and Jesse are never fucking happy. They nitpick. He's blocked. I'm happy that he's blocked. That makes me feel happy.
What happened here? Who's saying that?
Luke Morneau.
Luke Morneau in the chat. I'm happy that you're blocked, says Jesse.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you're blocked. That makes me happy.
What did he say? Let me see this. JD and Jesse never fucking happy. Nitpick. I'm sorry, Luke. Why don't you take the AEW schlong out of your mouth and fucking open it up a little bit and listen to the fucking words that are coming out of our mouth? Seriously. What have we nitpicked here? Have you not listened to the positivity that we have also added in context to tonight's podcast?
I told you, bro. Here's the thing. You are not allowed to say anything that people do not like. If your opinion differs from theirs, then you are trash. You are nitpicking or this or that. You have to think exactly what everyone wants you to think.
I could tell you who to watch, but I could tell you who to go and watch on YouTube, but they're already done with their show because they put no effort into their content. They're in and out in 50 minutes. Fuck out of here.
They need Blue Chew. Okay, no, I didn't say that. No.
Swerve Strickland. Maybe Luke Morneau needs Blue Chew.
Related to Justin.
Swerve Strickland.
Great.
World title eliminator against Brian Cage. Oh, man. Listen, this was another topic of discussion this week on social media.
I love it.
World title eliminator, Jesse.
Love those.
Oh,
better than the
man.
ranking.
You know who used to do them? Some rapist over in Greenwich, Connecticut, man.
Oh, man.
He used to do those. You're the guy that took massive shits. He used to do that, right?
I quote tweeted Dax's comment, and then I said at the end of it, what happened to the ranking system? And everybody kept telling me, oh, well, the ranking system is only for the world title. Okay. What was this match about again, JD? Can you tell me again, please?
You know, that's an interesting point you raised, Jesse. Dax, I would love an explanation, bro.
Yeah.
Do you agree with world title eliminators happening with people who have no business uttering the words world title? What about Dax, man? Isn't he part of a tag team, right? Didn't they just have a tag team title ladder match, man? How many singles matches has Dax wrestled since that match, bro?
That was my question. He put in his tweet, I want to see them complain about no story. It's like, I'm not going to complain about no story. My complaint is going to be, why is this singles wrestler or this tag team wrestler in a singles championship match?
It's a very good question.
But here's the other thing. I was waiting for this part. I'm going to jump ahead to it right now. Tony Storm had a match tonight, correct?
I knew you were going to say this, and I had it written down. I'm glad you brought it up. Because see, great minds think alike here, man. Great minds think alike. What did Justin Roberts say, bro?
This is a non-title match.
No. You got to be more specific.
I don't know what did he say exactly.
He says it was a grudge match.
Oh, it was a grudge
match.
Meaning, you got the match that you wanted to further the story that you wanted without compromising the integrity of the championship because the championship was not on the line. So one can say, well, why is she getting a title match? She's not. They wanted this match because it was a grudge match. She wanted to kick some ass. She wanted to have some action. It doesn't mean it has to be a title match. It does not mean it has to be a title match. My only point to all of that is when you do have your title matches, it makes them that much more important as opposed to you just hand these goddamn things out every goddamn Wednesday.
So Kyle Fletcher got a world title eliminator match several weeks ago. What did Kyle Fletcher do? We actually went over that. He hasn't won a singles match since October 14th of 2023. Why is Kyle Fletcher in a sentence with world title anything? He shouldn't be. Now we're doing the same thing with Brian Cage. What has Brian Cage done? I mean, the last time I saw Brian Cage, he wrestled Claudio and lost. Now he's in a world title eliminator. If he beats the world champion, he gets a world championship match. The explanation I got from the cultists online were, well, this happens in UFC all the time. I'm not watching UFC. I'm watching professional wrestling. I don't give a fuck what Dana White does with his UFC fighters. I worry about what Tony Khan is doing. We don't need this to be a match, and if he wins, he gets a world championship match. Do you want to know why? Because he's done nothing to earn it. If you title this match Grudge Match, which is appropriate because his old stablemate turned on him, that would absolutely and adequately describe the match perfectly. Or am I fucking losing my mind? With half the AEW fan base might have the IQ of a fucking pencil eraser at this point. That's how fucking stupid they are.
No, it's us, bro. We're nitpicking.
No, we're the fucking problem. And in the same show, Tony Storm wrestled Harley Cameron. Why is that a grudge match, but this is not? Why is that accurately depicted, and this is not? Oh, but UFC.
This is not UFC.
You do realize that Tony Khan is adopting the same discrepancies as Vince McMahon in his era, right? Nobody wants to call that out, though. Why does Swerve need to be on the fucking show defending a world championship in any manner? Why? Why?
You want to see Swerve defend that title? Pay for the pay-per-view, and you get the conclusion to his story.
Oh, but he's a fighting champion. That's great. You don't need him to put an opportunity on the line for his championship. You don't need him to do that. Him wrestling, it's in a match, a grudge match, is him being a fighting champion. Because you know what? He's risking injury. He's putting his body on the line. He's putting his life on the line. One wrong move and his title reign is over. Does he have to be there? No, he chose to be there. Why does he also need to choose to give this guy an opportunity to beat him and then put the title on the line? That's a dumb move.
Was MJF out there every week holding open challenges and title eliminator matches?
I don't remember MJF having one. Maybe one. Maybe Danny Garcia is the only one I remember. Only. That's it.
One is not terrible, man.
1 out of 365 days? I'll take it.
We got to see the guy. He came out. He furthered his feuds. He got physical and beat down angles and everything. We got our fill of our world champion without him out there handing random title defenses.
No, but at the scrum, you'll get questions not like this. You won't get logical thoughts like this. You'll get,
Oh, Dax, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Well, we've seen the quality of people that they allow into those scrums, man.
yes, paid podcasters.
I mean, so
It is what it is.
yeah.
These are the real questions. Guarantee you anybody else tonight doing what we do has not asked this question. Boom. So, who won this match, Jesse? It was a great match. Don't get me wrong. Swerve is a fantastic professional wrestler. Brian Cage, I praised. Anytime he's out there, man, his body of work speaks for itself. He's been doing great. Has he been treated as a guy that they are going to continue to push in a meaningful way? No. But Brian Cage is very good at what he does, and they both had a great match. Very good. Swerve wins, and it looks like one thing of note here, the Swerve Stomp seems to be not his finish move anymore. It looks like they're going with the house call kick to finish people off with, which I actually think is a better finish anyway. I think it's a little bit more impactful.
It used to be a setup move.
Yeah, he just switched it.
Yeah, if they toggle back and forth, I really wouldn't mind either way. By the way, I do have a 30-minute video on my channel for members about my interaction and my discussion with Swerve Strickland in London.
So house call kick. Swerve gets the win here after a very competitive match. Post-match, Swerve goes underneath the ring, threw 2 chairs in the ring, and laid out Cage before Christian Cage's music hit. And he walked out with Mother Wayne. Nick Wayne appeared from behind Swerve and delivered a low blow as Killswitch hit a pump kick on Swerve for good measure. Nick then pulls out a family portrait of Swerve and his family. And I don't know if was this real glass, Jesse?
Bruh.
I have to
always
ask,
real glass.
Is this real glass?
Always real glass, bro. Cry me a river, man.
So clearly they went to Michael's and got a $4.99 portrait. Those things are basically fucking dangerous if used in the wrong way. And Nick Wayne took this portrait of Swerve's family and bashed it over Swerve's head. Blood immediately seeping from Swerve's head. It looked like right over his eye, or right over his, I believe it was his right eye. I don't know if it actually got in his eye. That would be terrible. But Swerve was a bloody mess here. So Cage gets on the microphone, and he makes his way to the ring and told Swerve he embarrassed his son, Nick Wayne, last year by attacking him in this very state in a very similar manner. And Cage says he's now forced to embarrass Swerve and asked if his daughter is proud of her absentee father. So Cage then wipes this photo all over Swerve's face, and then when you see the photo, it's all bloodied. Great shot. Cage said tonight he took Swerve's blood, and at Double or Nothing, he takes the world title. I thought this was a great segment.
I think the way that they managed to put Christian Cage with Swerve and have it make sense is continuity personified.
Yes.
I think it's fantastic.
Now, it doesn't reek of like, oh my God, a must-see main event. It's not going to be a headlining match at Double or Nothing. Clearly, it's not the major program for the company right now, but it is a match that will be good and a match that makes sense and ties up some logic gaps that they left open. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, this, I feel like, and I mean, I'm all on board with Swerve's in-ring work, same for Christian Cage, but I feel like this is one of those situations where the build and the lead-in is going to outperform the match itself.
Yep.
At least as far as excitement goes, because I'm going to enjoy watching Christian Cage get under Swerve's skin leading all the way up to that match. We all know who's going to win, but I'm enjoying the build.
We got a new show coming to AEW's YouTube.
Yeah.
A meal and a match with Renee Paquette and RJ City.
Dinner for 3. What?
Who?
Table for 3.
What?
Table for 3?
Table for 3, yeah. That's exactly what it is. Meal and a match.
Okay.
I asked AEW to adopt some ideas from WWE. I didn't really ask them to blatantly rip off WWE.
Table for 3 was very interesting when it
That was a great
started.
show.
Yeah.
It was a good concept.
Very good.
Apparently, Eddie Kingston is the first guest on Table for 3. Meal and a match.
Oh, man.
Renee was backstage with Hook and Katsuyori Shibata and asked if the numbers game is becoming too much for him against Chris Jericho. Hook said the numbers game doesn't matter. He'll beat who he has to in order to get a shot at Jericho. Shibata holds up his phone and asked, even if that means him, as he wants another shot at Jericho too. So Hook said,
promo of the night right here.
Say again?
This is the promo of the night right here.
Hook said, if that is how it's got to be, so be it. And they both agree. In walks Samoa Joe. And he laughs and says he thought Hook had promise, but Jericho has him looking like a fool. Joe said he saw something in Hook, but maybe he was wrong and walked off. Hook yelled that he'd fight Joe too. Shibata then held up his phone and said Joe is too large of a man to be wearing a floral printed shirt.
Bro, Shibata's phone promo is getting over more than Mercedes.
And you know what they got to change? They got to change Shibata's theme music. It is awful. Unless he's a punk rock enthusiast.
Just saying, man.
I don't have
better promos.
I don't have any emotional attachment to Shibata. No.
I'm getting into his phone gimmick though.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna have to call you out on that. This is again this is Vince booking. Wasn't Shibata like a legendary guy who had his life fucking altered with the surgery he had? Comes back, he defied all odds. Right now, he's here cutting a fucking promo that Vince would have Tozawa doing. Yeah. This is basically WWE treating a Japanese wrestler, the way that they would. Here, AEW, Tony Khan's doing the same thing. Right?
I could see that Tozawa book, but Tozawa,
this is basically Tozawa dancing.
I was getting ready to say Shibata is a far better worker than Akira Tozawa. I don't know if that's true. Akira Tozawa is fucking great bell. He's just not used that way. He's used more as a joke.
Yeah. I don't know. Tony Storm. She won one-on-one with Harley Cameron in a grudge match.
True.
It wasn't a championship contender match or an eliminator match. We got a commercial break. Serena Deeb was shown at the top of the ramp before the commercial. She distracted Miss Storm, and that was enough for Harley to take control here. The crowd was loudly behind Storm, mounted a comeback after the commercial. Big corner backstabber, snap pile driver before a fisherman suplex for two. Harley Cameron battled back with soul food and a shining wizard. Cameron then gets a full head of steam and ran into a sit-out choke bomb by Toni Storm. So both ladies are trading near falls here. Storm pump faked a punch, and then Harley ducked, and Storm connected with Storm Zero for the win. Deeb stared down Toni with a smile, and this was post-match. Storm told her to piss off. I'm not really sure how, Serena Deeb in this case, Jesse, I questioned, going to be a great match, but I don't think Serena Deeb is going to have any people in Vegas believing she's going to beat Toni Storm.
No. Serena Deeb is by far and away the best wrestler on the roster right now.
Yeah.
But they're not making me feel like that.
No.
They're not making me feel. Toni Storm is completely big leaguing Serena Deeb in this feud right now. Yeah. She seems more important. She's more entertaining. And Serena just does not look as good as Toni Storm right now. In a perfect world, I would love to see Serena Deeb as world champion, but for this build, it does not seem like it's the right moment right now for her.
No, it's definitely a in between. Let's get Toni on to the next challenger type feud.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like they're just holding Toni, waiting for Britt and Jamie Hayter.
Yeah. Arcady Aura is backstage with Roderick Strong, the international champion. Will Ospreay's there as well. Will Ospreay said he's got a sour taste in his mouth after what happened to himself, courtesy of Shane Taylor. I don't know why he was wrestling Shane Taylor, but here we are. Ospreay said he's tired of how confident Roderick Strong is around him, but it's due to being surrounded by the Undisputed Kingdom. Ospreay said Strong doesn't respect him no matter where they've competed around the world. Strong said that's the smartest thing that Ospreay has ever said, as Ospreay might have a woman and a child, but he's still a child himself, not having to deal with adversity or the same adversity that Strong has had to endure. He will expose Ospreay as a fraud. Ospreay said he can no longer badmouth him like he did in Ring of Honor years ago. He'll show him at Double or Nothing why he is the best wrestler in the world. I thought this was a good back and forth. But you know what, Jesse? They had weeks to do this, and they waited to, how many days do we have before the pay-per-view? About 10 days? They waited 10 days before the pay-per-view to actually get these guys to say their first words before the pay-per-view. Great. Where's the story? What's the story here? I'd love for the AEW cultists out there to tell me where the story is for this match. Oh, but Roddy says to bring back the Tiger Driver. That's not a story.
It's not a story.
It's not a story.
But, no, man. Dax has ruined me. I will no longer ask for the story. I will interpret my own and just make it up if I don't see enough of it.
The story is Tony wants to have Will Ospreay carrying around a championship because he paid a lot of money for Will Ospreay's services. That's your story. And the Undisputed Kingdom is dead. That's your story.
Yeah, Adam Cole's injury killed that whole angle. It killed the devil thing. It killed so much shit, man.
You know, Wardlow was on Twitter today, and he posted a picture of himself, old self, you know, when Wardlow was actually being used correctly. Looked like it was a Wardlow picture back from the MJF era when they were together. And he tweeted, he said, man, I miss this guy. I'm like, yeah. We miss him too, big man. We miss him too. We wonder what happened there.
Yeah. I don't want him back anymore, man. I'm gonna be honest. They've done too many stop-starts with him to start again and make me believe he's gonna be the guy. No, I'm done. I'm sorry, man. The creative killed Wardlow for me.
They killed a lot of things, not just Wardlow.
And who is this? Someone. This is what I mean about you can't make everybody happy in pro wrestling. Who was that just said? Someone said that they're tired of Tony Storm's gimmick. Oh, there we go.
Oh, you mean the most over gimmick in the entire women's division? That's basically keeping the women's division afloat right now, right?
This is the best thing going right now for the women. He's tired of it.
Sure.
This is what I mean. I mean, it's not look. That's your opinion. That's fine, bro. I'm not like trying to like block you a bit. I'm just saying that's my example of you can't make everybody happy. Tony Storm is killing it for the women, and there's still someone out there saying, oh, "I'm tired of that." She's killing it.
I don't know. I really don't know. Some people are just weird. TBS title contract signing between Willow and Mercedes. Renee was there overseeing this thing, and we have both ladies sitting at the table in the middle of the ring. Mercedes still has that obnoxious and awful CEO chant in her music after many complaints, but
I'm going to ask Mikey if he can fix that, man.
It's not going nowhere.
Come on. That can be taken out, man. Why not?
I don't know.
No one is enjoying that. So many people that I've heard address that say no one likes the fucking chants in the song. The song is fine, even if you don't like it. It'd be like any other song. You'll get used to it after a while or whatever. But the chants do not need to be there. Get rid of those CEO piped in chants, please.
So Renee's there. She said that there's so much history between the two. I guess if you want to call one match so much history, I mean, go at it. Have fun. But Monet, wrestling at Double or Nothing, will be her AEW debut. Willow said she respects Monet, but does Monet respect the TBS title? The title celebrates professional wrestling on this very channel and the legacy built for fighting and dedication, something every woman who has that title or has held that title represents. Now, Nightingale is the face of TBS and said throughout all the doom and gloom, her smile is her strength, and that's why this title means so much to her. Nightingale said she's never going to allow Mercedes to take that away from her and signs the contract to Chance of Willow from the crowd. Mercedes, who was getting some boos, good because she's a better heel than a babyface, laughs at Willow by bringing up legacy. Monet brought up 2015, Brooklyn. Nightingale was training while she was changing the game in New York City. Monet talked about breaking down doors and glass ceilings. And for all the AEW cultists out there who might not know what Mercedes is talking about, her WWE days basically would put her on the map. Her and Bayley take over Brooklyn, #1, the greatest women's match of all time. Go and do your research. It's basically why she is where she is today. Monet respects Nightingale as a champion, but there's a difference between being great and the greatest of all time. Mercedes gets up and she starts strutting around, which gets no problem from nobody, I believe, right? Monet struts around, gets boos. She talks about her recent appearances at the Celtics game and Fenway Park throwing out the first pitch. That's what a CEO does. Mercedes said her legacy is all about winning and signs the contract. Mercedes signs the contract, and Willow then brings up the last time they wrestled. She walked away as a champion, while Monet didn't walk out at all. well, it was partially Mercedes' fault.
I like how they don't want to get into complete detail on that injury because
No.
if you go back and look into
Yes.
it, Willow had absolutely nothing to do with Mercedes' injury.
Nothing.
She wasn't even touching her at the time.
No, Mercedes just
Mercedes
slipped off the top
fell.
rope. Yeah.
Yeah, she had nothing to do with it. So I mean, if you go and look at it and then listen to a Mercedes promo about how she blames Willow, she actually sounds pretty fucking ridiculous because it was her own doing.
So after the comment with Willow saying Monet won't walk out at all in Vegas, Monet slapped Willow, took the TBS title, tried for a belt shot, but Nightingale dodged, and she hit a huge power bomb on Mercedes through the table, and the crowd goes wild. Referees and doctors rushed in the ring to check on Mercedes, who was clutching her back, selling the effects of this move, and Nightingale was smiling up on top of the stage. I thought this was a great contract signing. Mercedes is the heel. Willow's the babyface. Willow really is showing us something promo-wise. She is standing on her own here. She's not laying down for Mercedes. It's not as predictable as it was a month ago when this match was alluded to. And, Jesse, it looks like Mercedes, after all the trepidation here, is now cleared.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think this did go off well. I know the contract signings are very just overdone and and cliche, but I'm a big mark for contract signings, and this one checked all of the boxes. We got the nice little heated promos. Someone got put through a table. Someone stood tall. I think those are requirements for, a good contract signing. I think they checked all of those boxes. It feels like to me Mercedes is aware. I feel like she is self-aware that she needs to pick things up for her gimmick for herself. And it feels like she's making that effort in her promos nowadays. I think Willow is just killing it, man.
Yeah.
I think Willow could be on the pace to have, best breakout wrestler of the year 2024, man. Willow is killing it right now.
She is. She's doing a very good job. And again, I am putting if I had the pen here, I'm putting Willow over Mercedes, and I'm playing out who attacked Mercedes at Double or Nothing. Whether it's Jamie Hayter, whether it's Britt Baker, whether it's somebody else, that's got to be revealed, and Mercedes cannot walk out as the TBS champion. Yeah. Otherwise, why the fuck did we crown Willow in the first place? To just get this second match and get Mercedes her victory back?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Main event.
Someone said that SAP reported that Jamie Hayter is not near a return. She's still injured.
Does AEW divulge any information that is upfront and honest? No.
Never do, man.
They dance around all the topics all the time. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell SAP. They're not going to tell anybody what the actual situation is.
And in that regard, I don't need to know exactly when someone is coming back. I don't want that kind of, surprise ruined for me. But my God, if someone is
she still injured? I don't think so.
I just let me know if they're injured or not, man.
No,
I mean,
after all the time that she's been away, I don't think she's injured. Come on.
I hope not.
More along the lines of they don't have any creativity or creative for her. That's probably more accurate there.
Who knows?
Kazuchika Okada, Dax Harwood, Continental Championship match. Main event, we got a big overrun here, more than normal. Usually they go 10:03. They went to about 10:15.
Yeah.
This was a great main event. Dax is a fantastic pro wrestler. We love Dax. Okada, I mean, it goes without saying. Fucking one of the best in the world. So, crowd was into this. Very good match. Again, we have to bring up, what has Dax done to get a Continental title? I guess Okada's a fighting champion as well, right?
He's a fighting heel champion.
Everybody's a fighting champion. He hasn't wrestled a singles match since the pay-per-view where he wrestled the Bucks in a ladder match, but here we are. Tag team guy getting a Continental title match. You could have made this non-title because it fit right into the grand scheme of things with Team AEW against the Elite. We didn't need the Continental title to be on the line. So we'll pick it up after the break. Harwood dodged some corner charges from Okada, connected on a spine buster. Both guys double down. Harwood went to the corner. Okada was there to meet him. Drop kicked Harwood to the outside. Okada then delivered a big running boot against the LED screen and followed up with a signature draping DDT off the barricade. Okada wanted a countout. Harwood got back in the ring at a 9. So Okada taking the cheap heel heat here. Love it. Okada wanted a Rainmaker. Harwood collapsed. Okada tried again. Harwood ducked and fired off rolling German suplexes. Both trade shots. Harwood delivered a Dragon suplex. Harwood tries for multiple sharpshooters in this match. He tried them a couple of times and was not able. He tried for the sharpshooter here. Okada kicked up at Harwood, and he flew back to the corner. Harwood then fought off an Okada tombstone and then wanted a pile driver, but Okada countered into an air raid crash neck breaker for a 2 count. Okada took too long to follow up. He went up top for a big elbow, took too long. Harwood cut him off with a big superplex, which looked great. Both rolled to their knees and started trading headbutts back and forth, forearms back and forth, chops. Okada tried a discus lariat. Harwood connected first with a lariat. Harwood then wanted his bounce-back powerbomb, but Okada floated over. Both traded near falls. Harwood countered another tombstone into one of his own. He goes for recovery, gets a 2. He then goes up top. He crashed and burned, jumping off the top, missing a big headbutt. Okada wanted the Rainmaker. Harwood spun out of it, swept the legs out, and then finally applied a sharpshooter after the 3rd attempt. Okada used his size, got to the ropes, went to the floor, grabbed the Continental title. Harwood threw him back in the ring. Bryce Remsburg took the title away, but with his attention turned, Okada kicked the ropes while Harwood was getting back in the ring and crotched him, and then finally delivered the Rainmaker for the 1, 2, 3, because nobody kicks out of the Rainmaker. Post-match, Elite hit the ring, double-teamed, triple-teamed, quadruple-teamed. Harwood, Bryan Danielson, and Cash Wheeler sprint out. They get out there. They got beaten up as well. The numbers game were too much for Team AEW, and Darby Allin's music hit. He shows up with his skateboard. Allin and Perry brawled as the crowd erupted for the hometown guy, and the graphic was immediately shown that Allin is the 4th guy for Team AEW. And Team AEW clears the ring of the Elite as Dynamite goes off the air. Boom.
You know, for clarification and for like continuity issues, you know, when Darius Martin got hurt, they put Dante Martin on like the original time Darius got hurt. They put Dante Martin on this complete singles push.
Yeah.
You know? And it was a mid-card push, and it did okay. It did all right. But we saw that his partner was hurt and that he was going to be a singles wrestler for a while. He had multiple fucking matches. He was booked as a singles guy, and it made complete sense. I'm trying to figure out why this tag team wrestler is in the ring for a singles title match right now.
I don't know. It's a logical question to be asking. Do the rankings matter, Tony? Why can't we just go about making things? Why can't we go about things just making sense? Did it need to be a championship match? No, it didn't. It adds no value to the match. It doesn't make the match more important. It's building towards anarchy in the arena. There's nobody watching this show with a fucking clear set of eyes that thinks Okada is losing the fucking title, the Continental title, to Dax Harwood. So why even bother?
On a random Wednesday night.
On a random Wednesday night.
No build.
It's fucking ridiculous. Just label it as a match that's building towards the bigger match at the pay-per-view in 10 days.
Give it
no, but we're the fucking bad guys.
Give it a stipulation. Give it some kind of weird stipulation. If this person wins, this happens at the pay-per-view match. Or if this person wins, this happens at the pay-per-view match. Give it some stakes that then we can say, well, this could make sense. You know, maybe we don't know who's going to win now.
Why are people mentioning Dax Harwood and Pringles? What is this?
Somebody said Dax is the sponsor for the Pringles.
Does he look like a Pringle?
That damn stash.
Does he enjoy Pringles? I don't know.
It's the stash.
I guess so. Anyway, Collision on Saturday night. I may be watching if I have nothing to do. Collision and Rampage with 3 hours on Saturday night. God bless you. Will Ospreay versus Shane Taylor. Why? Don't know. What the fuck does Shane Taylor have to do with Will Ospreay? Listen. I gotta call my guy Prince Petey. Best podcast next to Jim Cornette's pure in your face facts. Prince, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. That's a comment of the night. There you go.
There you go, man.
Serena Deeb versus Hannah Jay. Because Serena Deeb needs a win because she's already got a championship match lined up for herself at Double or Nothing, right?
Fuck, I'm gonna cover Collision, man. That means I gotta fucking talk about Anna Jay. I have an Anna Jay stalker. I have an Anna Jay fucking Stan stalker.
We're aware. Yes.
You don't understand, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna kill me.
Deonna Purrazzo versus Robin Renegade.
Renegade twins are awesome, man.
Qualifying match for the FTW title. Hook against Unknown. And Roosh will be in action.
Oh, God.
Roosh is back. Do they got plans for him? Who the fuck knows?
And my old guy comment is not about Roosh. Roosh is top tier in the ring.
Collision looks like a show that's... I'm sure we'll get the cultists saying, well, JD didn't watch. Yeah, now you know why.
Not only is Roosh top tier in the ring, Roosh's mean streak and his gimmick is starting to win me over, too. I'm kind of enjoying that. But they're just not doing anything of interest with him. Nothing.
Will Ospreay, bruv, can I ask you a question?
Oh, my God. That's not me. That's not me.
Thank you guys for a great stream, man.
That's not me.
Wednesdays are so fun, aren't they? Love the energy in the venue tonight, man. Appreciate you guys. Super chats are open. Get them on it.
You don't want somebody clipping something and sending it to someone.
Who? What?
For someone to
I don't give a fuck about these people, bro. Fucking wipe my ass with a podcast party. Fuck out of here.
I heard you said something about me.
I heard you said something about so-and-so. Why don't you say it to my face? Yeah, sure. Maybe if I get invited to these junkets, maybe. I don't know, man. The numbers speak for themselves. Already up to 34,000 views for TNT last night, man. Fucking banger show. It's going to be banger shows every week. It's appointment viewing now.
Loving it, man. Solid Monster is killing it, bro.
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button over here. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Follow Jesse and I on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Follow Jesse at Chi-Town Smart. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Just click the name that you see in the description. It'll take you right to his YouTube channel. And go check out all the other content on the channel. More to come this weekend.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Where you going to take me to show me around your city in June, bro?
I don't know. We're probably... I'll take you to Manhattan. I have somebody that potentially wants to meet you.
That's where I'm staying. I'm staying right in Manhattan, man.
All right. I'll meet you down there.
Awesome.
I'll give my special guest a call, and then they could berate you and make fun of you for the time that we're together.
I'm loving it, bro.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Okay. This person is great company, by the way.
I'm down for it, bro.
Okay.
I'm a people person.
All right.
Can't you tell?
All right. Let's get to these super chats. Thank you for the $100 bomb parade tonight. Thank you guys very, very much. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. Good evening, JD and Jesse, OTS family. Hope all is well. Thank you, Michael. Daddy Wolf with the $19.99 on top of his $100 bomb. Also, the crowds suck. 0 stories. And we're to eliminator matches. Great. Shit's got to change, Tony, or I'm out. JD, Jesse, love you guys. What's my motivation to keep watching? Because I'm almost done. Cheers. Don't let it be done, bro.
Us.
Yeah, your motivation to keep going is us. All you need is us. You don't even have to watch the show.
Us.
Is my guest Britt Baker? No.
No, don't spoil it. I like surprises.
Is my guest Thunder Rosa? No.
Oh, man.
Michelle Moran with the $2 super chat. I love Darby, but it's too soon to be back. Yes, it is too soon. He's got his nose is all taped up. He might still have a broken nose, a fractured nose. The fuck does he care? He wants to fucking kill himself.
Does Darby give a shit?
No. Tony Brown with a $5 super chat. Wow, JD and Jesse, I managed to stay away for Dynamite. Man, on some weeks, man, I tell you what, it's been difficult to do.
I hear you, Tony Brown. I hear you.
Lewis with the $9.99. I usually don't complain about AEW, but why is Okada on as the main event? Why is Swerve the champion and put on way earlier in the show, making him seem unimportant? Lewis, I get what you're saying, brother. Thank you so much for the $10. Right now, Swerve is not the main story, bro. I mean, Okada is part of the Elite, and the Elite are the main story right now, driving AEW television.
Yeah, it's not a. We get what you're saying. It's not a pay-per-view. You know,
No.
it's just a weekly, nightly TV show. And Okada is a main event guy, so he's in the main event defending the title. I mean, it makes sense to me. Now, if Swerve is in the, in the show defending his title earlier, then yeah, that would be a problem. Yes.
Billy and David, thank you so much for the $100 bombs. Adam Casper, thank you, brother. Judgment Day, Mike Harper with the $10 super chat. Hey, JD, good show tonight. But I want to ask a question. Is Christopher Daniels firing real or part of a storyline? No, it's part of a storyline, bro. Don't take it so seriously, Mike Harper. Rorik, the Red, with a $10 super chat. The problem is that they started this entire story off with a petty, unneeded showing of the brawl-in footage. The entire thing feels desperate and being thrown together weekly. Yes. But don't tell the cultists that, Rorik. They don't want to hear that. Because some of them, like Ryan Satin, believe that the footage was needed. And if you want an AEW shill, he's become one all of a sudden, so... There you go. That's their audience there, right there. He's the face of their audience now. Go figure.
That's news to me.
Chris Glover with a $10 super chat. Dax is the Pringles logo. T-shirt it. OTS is too sweet. Now I got to Google the Pringles logo. I got to see this. Pringles logo. Aha. You guys are fucking crazy, man. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we should... Salrex, should we make this into a shirt, man? What do we say on this show? Where's the story, bro?
Oh, boy.
How about that, man? Maybe Dax's mustache, man. Where's the story, bro, for a new t-shirt?
Oh, God.
Love it, man. Listen, man. We got to do what we got to do, right? We're paid podcasters. I got to find new ways to make money, man.
What did AEW do when Vince came out there and said all the sponsors, I'm not gonna like this blood and guts out there?
You know, Dax, I got a question, bro. Was it story when the Usos were shaving your back in WWE? Was that a story? Remember that?
Man. The
Usos, the greatest tag team of all time, right? Against you guys, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, arguably the greatest tag team of all time. Yeah, man, where's the story there? Huh? What's the story there, Dax? You can't indulge?
Oh, my God.
Remember that? I do. And I would rather not. KMG, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Black Wolf Inc. with a $10 super chat. Why does it feel like King and Queen of the Ring is more exciting than one of AEW's biggest shows of the year? Now, Swerve has the superior matchup in terms of story, but it does not feel must-see, you know? King and Queen of the Ring, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Let's give it till Monday to see how things play out, but I'm excited to see where they go. There's a lot of unpredictable scenarios coming out of SmackDown. And Swerve, you know, the story's there, man. Like Jesse and I said, we appreciate the continuity. It's not a must-see feud, but do not doubt Christian Cage, because his body work has been the best of his career. And we both love Christian Cage.
Yeah.
Black Wolf Inc., thank you, brother. Also with another $5 super chat, Black Wolf, and another 5. So it's 10, 10, and 100 for Black Wolf. No, that's Daddy Wolf. Daddy Wolf with the 100. Black Wolf with the 10s. He says, lastly, do you think AEW should have saved that Dynasty card for Double or Nothing? Because honestly, Dynasty took a lot of the momentum from the company. And he also says, I have to admit, I fucks with the learning tree. Chris Jericho playing a delusional dipshit that thinks he's a babyface, a la NXT Bo Dallas, is good. Not really into it. But this is what's going to happen, Black Wolf. When AEW has multiple pay-per-views now monthly, they need to not give away so much on one and then skimp on the other. They got to divvy it out equally. It's not working out for them right now. Double or Nothing, the company is, even though tonight was a decent show, I will admit tonight was a good show. Lots of things progressed. Company feels ice cold. You can't refute that. The company feels ice cold, and the ratings are justifying that. The reactions that I get, one of the biggest voices in this space, you compare my likes and retention on Twitter to what I do about a Raw, everything's cold right now. Even WWE's fucking cold, but AEW is very cold right now. Joseph Taylor with a $6 super chat. I suggest Tony Khan take Will Washington off the creative team and put him back as the consultant for TK. The product would be better in my opinion. Who knows what Washington does over there, bro? We don't know. What is he doing over there? We don't know.
You don't know. You don't know what he's doing. Why is hashtag Willow Mercedes main event is trending?
No. That is not main eventing the show. David M., thank you, brother, for the $100 super chat. 2 $100 super chats from David M. Tenario with a $5 super chat. JD Jesse, did you have any LJN or Hasbro wrestling figures growing up, and do you still have them? Yes, I did, and no, I don't, Tenario.
No, I'm an adult male.
JD, I made the list. What list? A1 Steak, what list am I on? El Mase with a $10 super chat. Gonna be front row at Double or Nothing. Tempted to wear my Go Google It shirt, but Dax might have an aneurysm if he sees me. El Mase, you should totally bring an off the script sign to the crowd.
Yeah, and be prepared to have it taken from you.
Wear that shirt as well. I would highly advise it. David M., thank you for your $100 bombs, brother, about AEW bookmarks. And instead of blocking people, Dax should learn to juggle to handle all the drop balls in his storylines. I agree. Orican with a 1 month. What the fuck are you guys drinking tonight? I got me an ice cold glass of butterscotch whiskey. Ooh. Might be a little bit too sweet for my taste buds, Orican, but enjoy it. I got me some Liquid Death with some lemon. Had some nice whiskey last night with the Solid Monster. Mr. Team Bring It with the $4.99. JD, in your opinion, who are the 4 wrestlers that are carrying AEW on their back right now? I don't know, Jess. I'll let you answer that question.
Oh, man, what did I do? All right, let's see. On their back right now, front and foremost,
Swerve.
Tony Storm.
Swerve.
Tony Storm.
Okay. Swerve.
Oh, after that,
Will Ospreay.
I'll say 3 and 4. I'll say 3 and 4 are the Bucks with their storyline of taking over AEW.
All right.
I mean,
questionable, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, fucking Ospreay is incredible, man, and he's killing it bell to bell. But as far as intriguing stories, I'll go with Tony Storm, Swerve, and the Bucks.
Mr. Team Bring It. Thank you so much, brother. Jason Barker with the $10 super chat. Big Bill looks jacked compared to Chris Jericho. I guess you can say Chris Jericho looks soft. Well, Jericho is in his 50s. Eddie Hazard with a 32 months. Saraya got fined for using the word twat on television. Do we think Ospreay gets fined for using the word bellend? No.
No.
No, nobody uses that word here. I don't know why. Did she really get fined for using twat?
I don't know, but Ospreay ain't getting fined for shit.
David Theory with the $10 super chat. Hey, JD and Jesse popped over on Salamon's review for a few minutes, and the joke was passed around about Dax Harwood's new finisher, the block button. I found it funny. Thoughts?
It's good.
Dax is getting reamed from 2 of the biggest podcasters in the space, man. Maybe he should be nicer.
It's good. You know, this could be one of those moments when if you say nothing, we probably wouldn't be talking about you right now.
I don't know why he would expect me to say nothing. Of course I was going to say something with that fucking ridiculous tweet. Where's the story? Really?
Yeah.
Justin. What?
He didn't say us.
Listen, I mean, I'm assuming he alluded to us. Because he blocked us.
Me too. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, you blocked us, so I'm feeling really safe to assume you meant us.
Justin Phoenix with a $2 super chat. Do you think Von Wagner will go to AEW? VWO for life? No. And Snowman Khan with the $6.99. I booked a great show. I booked the Crinkle Pringle in the main event. I booked the show on Universe Mode, on Simulation. Enjoyed some powder, too. Oh, my goodness. What is with you guys, man? Snowman Khan, what's your problem, bro?
We're gonna do some more raiding tonight. What are we gonna do, man?
I don't know. Is anybody on?
I don't know. I'll take a look later.
What song am I playing us out with? I don't know. I need new music.
How about CEO?
No.
CEO.
No, I'm the fucking CEO. Get out of here. CEO of the IWC. That's exactly who I am. Mercedes could be my co-CEO.
There you go. Any day.
Any day. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much for joining us here on OTS. AEW Dynamite in the books for May 15th, 2024. Hopefully you enjoyed what we gave you tonight. Entertaining as always. Dax, we love you, bro. Come on. No
Shut
hard
up,
feelings
Cash.
here, man. We love that. I love FDR, man.
Is Cash injured?
Cash is not injured, no.
Oh.
Anyway. Follow us on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go hit that subscribe button as well for Jesse's channel. Link is in the description below. Go check out TNT episode 48 with the Solo Monster. Last night, TNT episode 48. It's on the homepage right now. And please continue to hit that thumbs up, man. Let's try for 1,000 likes right here on OTS. I'll see you guys tomorrow with something and back live right here on Off the Script with the SmackDown Post right here on YouTube. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you later.